sometimes I would think, okay, I need to engage, but if let's say the team is not engaging with me, yeah, I just die alone.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's at a certain point that we need to push, and maybe I can handle those kind of situations a lot better, or yeah, carry a little bit more during those situations.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
you've talked about various things that don't always necessarily have something to do with each other. Have you received coaching in the past?
Yeah, I did a session with a streamer called Atlas,
Mm-hmm.
and usually I main Rein,
Mm-hmm.
so we played a game together,
Mm-hmm.
and then some of his feedback was that I fire strike a bit too much instead of, let's say, swinging.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I try to swing and yeah, cancel the swing with the fire strike
Mm-hmm.
and to do more damage. But maybe I can improve in those situations, because I only need to do it when I, let's say, secure a kill, instead of, otherwise I should be swinging. It's better.
Okay.
So that, and sometimes also uh, the engagement was a bit much, when I need to know where my team's at
Mm-hmm.
before I
Mm-hmm.
engage.
So you're mostly talking about small micro stuff and game flow reading the game flow correctly for me.
Yes, but also I think I can, of course, I can improve in a whole, because I'm, let's say, in gold and plat. So in a whole, I can improve
Yeah,
in
of
general.
course. But
I believe. Yeah.
if there's something specific that you're curious about, then I'll pay more attention to that detail. Do you have a
Yeah.
code for me?
Yes. Do you want to know? I prepared some codes.
You're going to ask me something?
So, do you want me? Do you want me to stream with on Discord, or?
If you want to look at a code, then no, I would rather watch it because I'm
Oh,
gonna
okay. Yeah, yeah,
draw
yeah.
on the
Of
screen and
course,
stuff.
of
But if you
course.
want to do it live, like you in a game and me talking, we can also do live coaching.
Yeah. What would you prefer?
As a first time, I would prefer a VOD because live coaching is usually more useful when you already have some targets set. So like
Yes.
if you have certain goals and you're trying to train for those goals, life coaching can help more than a VOD review. But I would rather go to since it's my first time working with you, I would rather go to a VOD so I can like talk about basics if needed and so on, right? Which I cannot do during a game.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, because I saved, let's say, 3 codes, 2 victories and 1 loss,
Mm-hmm.
and also let's say I usually main, let's say, Reinhardt, but the other one is with Sigma.
Mm-hmm. How much Sigma do you play in comparison to Ryan?
I think it only in, let's say, in the very bad Rhine maps.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe 20-25%, and also I think in certain situations, let's say at the level that I'm playing at, if I switch to, let's say, Zarya, I can carry a little bit more if
Mm-hmm.
sometimes if it doesn't goes right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay, pass me the
but
code. Mm-hmm. Go on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's a H
Okay.
40
Yep.
and then a ESK. Should be a push map on Esperanza.
Yes. Can you see my stream? All right.
Sorry,
Can you see my stream on Discord?
I'm gonna check it now. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, tell me, what does Ryan do to your understanding? What is Ryan good at? Why would you pick Ryan over some other hero?
Uh, Yeah, to be honest, I just like I like it's very fun to play him. So
Sure, sure. That's
yeah,
a
I
plus.
try to, let's say, of course I want to win, but
Mhm,
sometimes let's say a certain enjoyment, because uh, if I want to win, I can play Orisa,
mhm.
but I don't want to do that. I
Mhm.
want to enjoy, I want to enjoy myself a little bit.
I respect it. I respect it. You're a Rhine
Yeah.
bro. I can respect that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
a Rhine
Yes.
bro. Okay. Right. So, what do you still play this hero, right? Even if it's not necessarily the most optimal pick in all scenarios, you still
Indeed.
should
Yes.
have an idea of what he's good at doing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what is he good at doing?
I think what he's good at doing is that um, it, it's good. Let's say if the team is not progressing at a certain choke point, you can walk in, let's say with the shield, and usually the team is a little bit more comfortable walking with the shield to go in.
Let's not talk about the team. Let's just talk about you. What does your hero like to do?
Yeah, but swing my hammer, of
Yes, you
course.
swing your hammer. You swing your hammer
Yes,
on whoever is close to you, preferably squishy
yes,
targets. But you swing your hammer. You're a close range hero, right? You have a lot of
yes,
armor and you have a shield, so you have ways to mitigate damage, and you have a bit of mobility with pin, right? Pin is a
yes,
bit finicky. It's a medium risk. I mean, it could be high risk, medium reward, or whatever. But if you do it right, you have mobility as opposed to some other tanks like say Ramatra or Orisa who don't really have the option to reposition and so on, right?
yes. Because I use my pin to engage or disengage,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
things
To
like that.
reposition,
Yes.
in the most general sense, to reposition, either to do damage or to get out of the tricky situation. Okay, so mhm.
Usually to do damage, to close the distance to the target.
Well,
Because
that's
if I
not the
see, let's
only
say,
way you can use spin. Sometimes you can use spin to like pressure somebody, like pin towards like so for example, if they have a difficult comp for you, you wouldn't necessarily pin in because if they have a lot of damage and discord and so on, you're probably going to die, right? But you
yes,
can pin to a corner and hold your shield and make the enemy team look at you and want to push you, right?
yes, yes,
So
of
you don't
course,
always
yes,
have to like pin in the backline. You can pin towards the backline, but uh, pin is just a way to reposition to be a threat. You want to be a threat. You are usually a threat
yeah,
by being close, right? But you can pose a
yes,
threat by just sitting on a corner and threatening to like walk forward and like swing your
yeah,
hammer, but not actually doing it necessarily
yeah.
if that's not good for you, right?
Yes, because let's say at the video now, I would, let's say, if we go through this point, I would pin to the entrance to hold them up so we can
Mm-hmm,
push.
mm-hmm. So like
Yeah.
here, for example, right?
Yes, and also when we go further, I would go into the room
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
then would keep them there,
Okay, so what
so
do you
to
think?
prevent them boom.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What do you think is something? What is something that you struggle with Ryan, and what is something that you think you're good at with Ryan?
I think I'm good at, let's say, engaging, and I think I'm doing, let's say, my fire strikes quite good.
Mm-hmm,
Sometimes I don't read the situation as good to use shatter,
mm-hmm,
maybe,
mm-hmm,
because sometimes I feel like I'm thinking about the shattering,
mm-hmm,
and then at the moment I use my I use shatter, and let's say the Mauga is coming towards me, or the Sigma
mm-hmm.
is putting up his shield. I don't let's say predict good enough to wait that he uses his cooldown,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
his ability. Yeah.
mm-hmm. Okay, so a bit of patience, a bit of uh,
Yes. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
okay. What is your general strategy when you play Ryan? This is the last question before we get into the gameplay.
The general strategy
Mm-hmm,
is, let's say, I try to um yeah, I try to engage. I try to put pressure on them. That's in general what I try to do, because of course sometimes I use my shield to go in, or when I'm low, but usually I want to pressure the enemy
how do you pressure the enemy?
by, yeah, swinging my hammer, going to the corner,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
maintaining the space that we have,
mm-hmm.
and
So you
then if I see somebody solo, I would, yeah, I try to close the distance
Sure,
to him.
sure. So you
Yeah.
told me a few things. Let's sort of simplify and structure them a bit, right? So you've told me
Yeah.
about corners and space? How do you, why is this important?
Because that's the role of my tank, of my hero.
What about your
To
hero? Be more specific.
yeah, because it's let's say Rein is good at, let's say, keeping space because of his shield.
Sure,
I
sure.
would I
Like
would
the
think.
corner is good because you don't take damage in the corner, right? So
Yeah,
if you
yeah, of
hold the
course. Yeah,
corner,
you don't need shield
yes, yes, yes.
to hold the corner. Yes.
You essentially have multiple resources in your kit, right? You have your HP, which is your most important resource. You have your shield, especially your
Yeah.
armor is the most important. You have your shield, which you can use interchangeably with your HP. Like use them both together to maximize how much damage you can tank, right? You have your
Yeah.
fire strikes, which help you like farm a lot of ult charge and maybe snipe people if you are really good with aiming them. And then your shatter,
Mm.
your ult, your pin for repositioning, and your shatter, which is like if you want. I mean, we'll see. We'll pay attention to shatters when you get them,
Yeah.
but shatter is like if you can shatter one target and kill them, it's good enough. You shouldn't necessarily look for big shatters. I mean, big shatters are cool.
No, no, no.
But, okay. So like the general strategy is you take the corner, you find the corner, you take the corner. Why
Yeah.
do we take the corner? Because corner allows us to take as little damage as possible while holding the space. If we take the farthest corner away as possible, the furthest corner away, the furthest possible corner, sorry,
Yes.
then we hold the most space that we can, which is good. Like, as long as you get support from your team, if you are planted in this corner, you're essentially holding this area more or less. Maybe something like this,
Yes.
right? Because the
Yeah.
enemies cannot walk through. If they want to walk through, they get damaged by your hammer. They would need to go above and clear you out this way, right? So we need to play very disciplined around corners because we don't, even though we have a lot of HP and a lot of shield, we don't like taking a lot of poke.
Yeah.
If you take too much poke and you whittle down your shield and you engage with less than full HP, it's very likely that you're gonna die. Rein dies. I mean, even though Rein has a lot of HP, you also know that Rein dies really fast.
Yes. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
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 So being disciplined around corners helps with holding space and preserving your HP. It also often helps with getting
Yes.
closer to people. Like if you hold
Yes.
certain chokes or if you rotate around certain corners, it
Yeah.
helps you to like get in funny positions to pin or to get close to people to do damage.
Yes.
And I mean
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
on.
Just to be sure, I think I try to. I think I try to do. Let's say I do my best at trying to take cover instead of holding my shield because using cover has infinite shield, and also at that moment, even if I'm at the corner, I don't try to hold the shield because even when you are in the corner, they will take your shield down. So I think I try to I try my best on that. Yes.
Okay. Um, I don't know if you wanted me to confirm. I don't know if that was a question or if you wanted me to confirm that your
No,
theory is correct.
just that's just I wanted to know. We can, let's say, look at the VOD, and then maybe um, let's say pause it at certain moments, and then let's say from okay, this is my thought process at that moment, and then maybe you would do it totally different.
Different. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
One thing that I will say is that hmm.
Yes.
No, I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Could you possibly Could you possibly play here and then drop down as a starter on this map? I'm not sure you can get here fast enough. To be fair, this is probably the best that you can. It's probably the best
Usually,
that
I
you can do.
don't get fast enough over
Yeah,
there
yeah, yeah. You're
at
probably
that time. Yeah.
anyway.
Because
The
if I would charge, let's say, to the right side, and then let's say sometimes if they're on the high ground,
mhm.
I would charge right, but only if they are on the high ground.
Yeah, yeah,
Otherwise, I
yeah,
would stay down
yeah.
and take the space.
Yeah. Anyway, the general plan with Ryan should be like you scout, you see what they have. Like this is the most important thing for any hero, right? The first thing that you do is you get to the neutral to the middle of the map as quickly as possible. You scout to see what they have, and you make a decision, right?
Yes.
If they have an
Yes.
easy comp for you, you can play hyper aggressive, especially if you have some sort of speed. If they have a hard comp for you, then you might have to play a bit slower
Yes.
and play smart around
Yes,
corners
I
and so
have a
on.
question about that,
Go on.
to be honest, because I don't think I'm scouting good enough,
Mm-hmm.
because I understand, let's say, different heroes,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think I recognize good enough. Okay, they run a certain comp. Okay, I need to
Scouting
change strategy.
scouting is not tied. It's not tied. Scouting, you're referring to like adapting your preset to a certain comp. Scouting means you find out what they're playing and where they're playing.
Okay,
And scouting is a continuous process. So like, where are they going? Where are the enemies right now? And based on that, based on that information, you make a decision, right? When it comes to playing around certain comps, we can talk about that in specific in
oh,
just a
okay,
second.
okay, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah, no
yeah,
worries, no worries. So you scout, then you take corner,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and then if you can, you do damage, right? You
Okay,
do damage, and if you can't do damage, you either move to another corner, or you look for some flank, or you basically try to find a way to get close to the enemies, right? Um,
okay,
and then for the fourth thing is, or if you can't do damage and you can't find another corner that allows you to do damage, you try to minimize the damage taken.
okay.
Damage taken, because like in certain scenarios they're like just playing too far for you to reach in those, and if you're like, if you have a position that allows you, so like for example, you, I mean, we'll talk about this more in detail as the game unfolds, but
Yeah, it's
there
good.
are certain ways to like force them to close the distance on you if they're not letting you close the distance on them. One of those options is forcing point. If you're forcing point, you are essentially forcing them to make a choice. They either let you flip the point, or they contest you on point, which means that you have somebody close to swing on. If you have control of the point, then you just hold the corner. They have to walk up. If they don't walk up, they don't cap the point. At which point they are
Yeah.
close to you. If you take an aggressive corner and they don't contest you, then you can just push card. So it's all about
Yeah.
finding the right corners and living on those corners, taking as little damage as
Yes.
possible or doing as much damage as possible on those
Yes.
corners. Okay.
And the fourth point, do you mean to let's say bait them to come closer a
Well,
little
yeah.
bit
If
or
you can
something?
take a position that um allows you to like, it's essentially, um sometimes, so the point I was trying to make with the fourth uh bullet point was that sometimes you can't get close to the enemy because maybe there's like, um they're either playing super far away from you, or they are running a comp that is gonna really like kill you while you're rotating and so on.
Mm-hmm.
In scenarios like those, or like maybe if you don't have to get close to them because you have point control or because you're pushing card already or stuff like that, right? uh, Sometimes with Rein, doing nothing is better than doing something.
Okay. Yeah.
Not taking damage and not taking the resources of your team is better than just trying to do something that's gonna get you killed, or that's gonna like remove all your HP. It's something, as I
Yes.
said, it's something that we're going to talk about during the game because it's kind of hard to like explain it in a theoretical manner. And when it comes to when it comes to compositions, what do you see?
Okay. Let's say I see at that time. Okay, when I see a torp,
Mhm.
so I know there's a turret somewhere,
Sure, but
possibly.
that doesn't matter for you.
Okay. Yes, and I know if he's using his overdrive, if he comes close, he's very dangerous.
I would say
And
that it's actually more annoying if he's far away because he can poke you.
oh, okay.
If you get close to him, then he's gonna die because you do more
Yes.
damage to him than he does to you.
Okay. Okay. Good point. Okay. And also for the Genji,
Genji doesn't really matter.
yeah, deflecting fire strikes, so need to
Sure, but
be.
it doesn't really matter. You're overthinking.
Yeah.
Like you're
Yeah.
not gonna if you're in a game and you see a Genji, you're not gonna think that, oh, I'm not gonna fire strike is gonna deflect it, right?
Yeah.
The Genji doesn't do anything to you. If he uses his dash, then you can charge him and kill him, even if you don't pin him, right? If you cancel the
Yeah.
charge correctly. Enemy Ryan is like Ryan Bro Mirror. This is a
Right mirror.
wonderful.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. And the most important part is the enemy backline. If the enemy is run like Zen, Ana Zen, it's or Anabap, it's really annoying because it's a lot of damage, right? But
Yeah.
if they run a comp like this comp doesn't do anything to you. It's harmless, so you can afford to pin in and do funny stuff because you're not gonna die.
Yes. Yeah. I don't insta die
Yeah.
if I pin, let's say, the backline. Okay.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is a backline into which, or like a comp into which, if you had speed on your team, which you don't sadly, you could just play super aggressively, and you could play rush style, and just pin
Yeah.
in, go in, kill everybody, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is fine. You're diffing the Rein, bro. Okay, so now this is a point where you should scout. Whenever you have downtime, you scout. You look, what is happening? Okay, I see a Genji in front of me. I see a Kiriko. And once you look at their team, you should also look at your team. Where is my
Okay.
team, right?
I need to look back. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
important thing that no tank in any elo does. You need to look around. Your team is walking up right now, right? They're taking the space. We have a clear advantage because we killed the enemy tank, right? We are one up.
Yes.
When you are one up or two up, you have a huge advantage because you have more firepower. You just do more damage than the enemy team, right?
Mm-hmm.
This, I mean, we will talk about this, but this can be equalized with ultimates or uh, with certain other types of advantages like positioning or cooldowns or whatever. But we'll talk about that. Regardless, right now you have the advantage, right? So you should keep going because
Yes.
you
Yes.
can,
Yeah.
right? Why
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
take the space
Yeah.
when the space is open? So right now you see your teammates are in front of you, your teammates are walking up. You should probably pin in and go kill this Kiriko.
Okay. Okay. Let's see.
Let's see. Yes.
Yeah.
You should pin in right now. The bot.
Okay.
You don't
I
care
look
about the bot.
back. Wow.
Yes, you do look back, but we should make a decision right now, right? Take all
Yes.
the space that you can. Go clear the torp of high ground, or go do something, right? The bot is not going to move for the next 4 seconds, and your team doesn't need you here to move the bot, right? The
Yes.
space that you could, like, by being up here, you would hold more space than where you are right now. Because if you are up
Okay.
here, you're threatening the Moira to just drop on her, right? You could be here, swing your hammer, throw some fire strikes. She's gonna look at you. She's not gonna look at your team. She's gonna go back, right?
Okay.
Even when the Rein comes back, I would rather you be up here, maybe drop and pin him from behind or something. Because again, their comp doesn't do that much damage to you. Even if you get counter pinned, you're not gonna die. You need to take the space right now.
So at that moment, when I kill the Rein, I should instantly go
check
to
your
the front.
team, check your team,
Yes.
and then instantly take the space.
Yeah,
This doesn't help anybody. Your team can move the cart. Like, you should only stay on cart when there's nothing else for you to do. No corner to hold, nobody to push. This is good. This is fine. Okay, what should you do now?
What I should do now?
What do you think you should be doing now?
I think I should be. Yeah, we are still one up. So.
How do you know that? Do you know the Rein is not back?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because yeah, you're right. But I think I should go. Let's say go back to the Kiriko because she can heal me.
But she can heal you from. She can heal you
also
where you
I
are
have
right now.
overview of the battlefield.
Yeah. That you should scout, right? You don't know if the Rein is back. You should scout.
Because at this moment, I don't know. I was chasing the Genji, and at that time I don't know what will be there also.
Yeah, but
so I should have gone back.
No, I don't think you should go back. I think you should take a peek here to look what's happening.
Okay.
Just take a peek. Look what's happening, right? Maybe.
But should I take a peek at the bridge, more overview, or
which angle makes you or like gets you closer to the enemy? This one?
Yes, of course. Yes, yeah. You're right. Yeah. Because
being up here,
I can do that. I can do damage. I have overview, but I can't do anything. And if I go down, I can do something. Yeah. Okay.
So you can get support from your Kiriko here as well, right?
Yes,
Maybe
you
not
can
once you turn the corner, but I mean, if you take a lot of damage, you just hold shield and walk backwards, right? Being up here again doesn't help anyone. Maybe if you had a Widow, or if your Sojourn was on high ground, maybe you could say that, oh, I'm just making space for my Sojourn, but honestly, you will make more space by swinging your hammer here.
Okay. Yes.
And if the Rein doesn't contest you and he goes card, then you could go here and like try to charge him from behind. With charges, it's easier to catch people off guard when you're charging from angles. It's the same. It's in this sense, Rein is actually similar to a dive tank. When you play dive tanks and you want to dive in, you don't usually dive from main because everybody can see you and they can use their cooldowns on you or they
Yeah.
can dodge you, right? You dive from an angle. You go from an angle like this because if they don't see you, it's much more likely that you're gonna catch them off guard or like jump on them, basically, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Good
I would
point.
keep going here. You should be careful, but you shouldn't be scared because again,
Good
they're not
point.
running a hard home for you. That's fine. I think our Kiriko dies here, right? Yes, she does.
So,
You just don't recognize that the Kiriko dies. I don't.
sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah, sorry that I didn't notice that she died.
You didn't notice that she died? Yeah.
No,
I mean
no.
that's.
Yeah,
Go on.
yeah. I didn't notice because I was very busy with the ride, and
Mhm.
I don't. If I remember correctly, I didn't think she. But also, I thought I would win. Let's say the Rhine 1v1. To be honest.
He got 2 additional swings on you. That's why you lost.
Yeah.
You use fire strike. Use fire strike here. How much is Ryan swing? It's 100, right? 100 damage.
Yes.
And fire strike is 120, right?
Yes. 125, I believe.
125. Okay, 125.
Yeah. I fire strike because there was also two people in the same
Yeah,
let's
no,
say
that's fine. That's
position.
fine.
Yeah.
You just started with less HP and you missed 1 swing. I mean, it's
Yes. Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
he's basically
Yeah.
1 swing away from dying.
Yes. Unlucky.
125. It's okay. You just didn't notice that your Kiriko died. And if your Kiriko
Yeah.
doesn't die there, you should win. And I think it's fine. You shouldn't overthink it.
But also for me, let's say in gold is more the let's say the general mechanics from okay where I can improve. I think it's more let's say bigger things than let's say indeed the micro stuff, because I would think if I'm in let's say diamond or masters, it becomes a little bit more
You
micro.
could one thing that you could I mean sure one thing that you could improve here is you are fighting the Rhine in a 1v1 here, right?
Yeah.
But you could like I think this is okay. You could try to maybe bait him towards the high ground to get shot by your team as well, but you would also get shot by their team.
Yeah.
I think it's okay. I don't think you should overthink it too much.
Okay. No. Go to the next.
Okay, so what do we need to do now?
Yeah, I want to hold a corner.
Scout, take a corner to damage.
Yeah.
Okay, where is the enemy team? There's a Genji on point. Go get him off point, right? We swing, we take damage. Maybe we walk up with shield here or whatever, and then we could try to engage on the Torbjorn because he's kind of isolated. He's pushing in alone.
You would think, let's say, instead of holding this corner, I need to go, let's
further,
say,
further, because
further. Yeah,
yes, because
yeah.
there's nothing contesting you here. It's just a Genji.
It's just a Genji. Yes.
And
Okay.
the Sombra is on high ground, so our team wants to take this space, right?
Yes.
You do have a Sojourn in spawn, so you need to be aware of that. But there's nothing that's stopping you from walking up right now. And taking this space.
I think that's a very good point, because sometimes I would think, okay, there's an enemy, so but I need to, let's say, recognize that okay, that hero is not going to do anything to me, so why shouldn't I engage? Take. Yeah.
I think we get a bit lost here.
Yeah, I tried to get to push him out. Should I just left him there?
At the Torb?
Yeah.
No, I think it's fine to push him out. He's the most aggressive person right now.
Yeah. Okay. I had some trouble to get up.
I didn't even know you could get up there, I'll be honest.
Okay.
So right now, we lost our Kyrie again, which is unlucky. She dies to spam. Put some Moira out, that's okay. Focusing on the Moira is okay. You could pin the Storm, honestly.
Yeah.
Pin and then get pulled. That's nice. Okay, so now we have Shatter. When should you use Shatter?
To secure a kill.
Whenever. You just Shatter whenever.
Whenever.
One kill is enough.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, we're 2 down right now, so we probably You could steal card if you wanted to. You could try to steal card and then look for a shatter play. But so like this is a funny play, right? You go. So okay, two things. First of all, you remember the first thing I said is that armor is your most important resource.
Yeah.
When you lose your armor, your supports cannot keep up with the damage that you take anymore. Because armor reduces damage that you take, right? So they heal more damage than you take.
Yeah.
So then you tend to keep your armor, or tend to stay healthy. When you lose your armor, your supports can no longer heal the damage that you take. So
Yeah.
so like if you want to take anything away from this review, first thing would be like holding as much space as possible, and the second thing would be stay healthy.
Yes.
Prioritize having your armor especially when you want to look for an engage, right?
Yeah.
You see how you immediately die here. Like there is no rush here. We are 2 down. They're not pushing point. There is no reason to drop here. Now let's
No,
suppose
because I noticed that because when I just saw it when I dropped down, there are 5 or 4 or 5 guys there.
Yeah.
That's why I just instantly die.
Even if like I mean you could hold shield here, to be completely honest with you, but you don't have to drop right now. If let's suppose that you were full HP, you could do a few things, right? You could wait for your team, and then you could take like a fair 5v5. You could flip map. You could go here and just play on the bot because you have Shatter, and he probably doesn't. I mean, you don't know that, but you should assume he does have Shatter. But you're the better Reinhardt, right? So you hit the Shatter and you block his. You could play like for a fair 5v5 on this side. It's not really fair because you have this corner, right? You could play this corner. And then you could also flank here and look for a shatter this way. The shatters are like kind of this. You can do some funny stuff with shattering, like below payload on some maps. I don't think you can do it. I mean,
yeah, I do that. I do that indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Or flank and shatter from angle, right?
Yes.
Or what you could do is if they're not paying attention, you could also steal bot and take the bot to this direction.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Mistake here is just dropping without your armor. Okay, we're scouting. What do we see? What should you do?
Yeah, I think I'm going for the Torb now. Yeah.
You could shatter him.
Yeah.
Right? They have no pool. They have nothing to say them. I mean, they have plans, but pinning here is fine, completely fine. This is shatter angle. Shatter angle. You see 3 people. Why don't you shatter? Late. Too late.
I'm going.
Too late. Too late. You already lost your armor, right? Remember, like, you have your armor right now. You have somebody. I think you have somebody back here. Yeah, you do have your Sombra back here, right? So you could do 2 things. You could shatter here and you hit 2 people. You could solo shatter the Moira, which I wouldn't hate, but you could. This is still more valuable, right? And you could shatter and then either commit to the push or like shield if you're about to die.
Yeah.
But you're too indecisive, right? So look at how much damage you take, right?
Yeah, because indeed the Reinhardt was facing the other way. I should have shed him immediately.
I mean, you have 2 choices. You either stop on this corner and you just play this as a distraction, or you commit to the flank and you use a shatter. You didn't make any decision. You stopped pinning in the open. So you take 100 damage from the Moira, and then you take a couple knives from the Kiriko, and then you finally decide to shatter when the shatter is good, but you just did it too late, so you don't have any health right now.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna die. It's still big, so our team might win, but they don't. I don't think they will. Yeah. Now, okay. This is again where you need to take the space. We don't care about the trouble. We just walk forward and we kill him. This is where you should start shielding because you're losing your armor, right? Take this space. Nice. I'm pretty sure that if you swing your camera, you actually get more reach on your hammer.
Yeah, that's totally correct. Yeah, I try to do that, but only if I think that I won't reach it. Yeah, and sometimes I'm so engaged that I forget it sometimes. But I try to pay attention.
Yeah.
For that.
Unfortunately.
Because indeed, you're right. Because if you, let's say, move your camera, then would you get a little bit more reach.
Here you cannot chase past this corner because of where your team is.
Mm-hmm. I
The
should
thing
have
is,
stopped there.
yes, you should stop at this corner, and then you
Yeah.
should probably take this corner,
Okay.
because if you take this corner, so like, look, our team
Yeah.
is gonna push the bot through here, right? Our team is gonna be here. This is our
Yes.
Kiriko or Life Fever or whatever. If you play on this corner, you are splitting the enemy team's attention. They have to either look at you or they have to look at your team. If they want to like push your team, you are here to like pin them or like shoot them in the back or whatever, right? If they want to focus
Okay.
on you, then they have to turn their backs to your team, right? And if they don't do anything, you can also go like, well, your priority is to push the car
Yeah.
first of all, right? But you could also go,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I scared the Moira away, and then I need to focus back on
yeah,
pushing the card
yeah,
instead
yeah,
of chasing.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
or to take your to take your corner, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. To hold the
Once you're
space.
yes, depending on where the enemy team is, you could also take a different angle, like or like a different corner, like this one. Or I mean, once your team is here, you can try to push up the stairs if you think it's possible or whatever, right? But
Yeah.
you need to be a bit patient here.
Yeah, because at that time I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna chase the Moira, and then the Rein came back. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they
he
use
did.
3 ores, so I don't. It's fine that we lose. It's fine. Okay, this is good. If you like staying here is good because you
Yeah.
contest the bot, and you don't take damage from that many people, right? You can shield here, and you can swing, and you can
Yes.
shield, and you can swing, and this buys your team a lot of time.
Mhm.
I'm not sure we need this to be fair.
Okay. Yeah, because at the time I tried to shatter, it was a 2-man shatter at that time,
No, it's
but the Moira faded. Yeah.
fine, it's fine. Nice, get him out. He's no longer a threat to your team. Nice.
You see, I tried to to do the camera thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have to go point soon because your team cannot push the point here. You don't have to go back. I don't know where you're going back. We should probably get on point right now.
Yeah, I was, let's say, waiting for the rest because
Yeah,
they were so
sojourn
far
on high,
back.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm?
You have your sojourn on high ground. You have your sojourn
Yeah.
with you, right?
Yeah.
And there's a
Yeah.
Rein on low ground. You know where he is. He's going high ground right now. I guess you're trying to wait until your team is done with Yeko. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I think so. From let's say, from okay, I have the one sojourn. I have that on high ground, and then the rest is still in the back line. So that's maybe I think I would.
The thing
I
is
was
that
trying to wait.
you should not underestimate. Like, you can use your pin as a disengage. You could be here, just push the card, inch the card, and
Yeah.
if they contest you, you can charge back to your team.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Good trade. You can't do anything about that. We. Okay, so what's the corner that we should be holding?
I think the on the left here where I
Yeah,
am now.
that's
Yeah.
a decent option. You could also go here. I mean, I think this is better because you take like spoke. And if you lose it, if you lose the corner, if you're getting out poked, you just go here.
Okay, on the right side you believe. Okay. Yeah.
You're going too far away now. You're giving up
Yeah.
a lot of space. And you don't have to go take this mini. You can literally just charge to this corner here and hold shield and wait to get healed. You're really not using your shield at all,
Okay.
right? Instead of taking the mini, because look at what's happening.
Yeah.
We lose one
Yeah.
person,
I
it's unlucky.
understand.
That's unlucky, but we still have Mayold, right? We can still turn this. We have Mayold.
Yeah.
And look at the circles, the red circles, right?
And
We're
then
taking all
I
of the space.
disengage
Yeah,
so
yeah.
far away. Yeah,
You're
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
part of
yeah.
the fight anymore. Your team is fighting a 2v4 right now.
Okay. Let's say if I disengage to to the
This
May where
corner.
the corner
Yes,
of the
yes.
May.
Maybe we look for a blizzard
Yeah,
play,
yeah.
right?
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I think like once you lose like 200 armor, you should start shielding.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, with where our sojourners, you can drop and play like here, for example, or try to get some swings on the Reinhardt because our sojourn has an angle, right? You can shoot enemy team, so we want to like.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's a bit new for me. So let's say I need to be a little bit of aware where my sojourn is at,
No, you
and
just need
then
to
I
look.
take.
Is your team like fighting? Is my
Okay,
team
okay,
fighting? I mean, let's look.
and take a different angle
You could,
compared to them.
yeah, you can take a
Okay.
different, slightly different angle. But if your
Yeah.
team is fighting, you want to like contest the space, try to take the space, right?
Yes. Okay.
Being a bit passive here is okay because they're using ults.
Yeah.
If we get pulled here, we don't get pulled. Everywhere died. I think we just needed to counterpin them there. We were fine. We see Suzu. Nice. Charge. Your mate's in trouble. You should charge here.
Which moment? Okay, yeah, I was pulled at that moment. Yeah.
Yeah, but you see three people surrounding your main, right? So you should charge here to help her.
Oh, okay. Yes, to help the May. Yeah, but I didn't have charge. Yeah, now I have charge.
Okay, we should still charge back line. We have an advantage, big advantage. Go in. You're not using your charge. Okay, charge out. You're getting bladed.
Yeah.
You're just not reacting to what's happening around you, right? This is,
Okay.
again, they're lacking a tank, right? You have a definitive advantage. As long as you charge to here, like, this is the farthest point that you can charge right now because of where your team is, right?
Yes.
So you can 100% go charge the Kiriko.
Yeah.
Just to walk forward, which is okay. You should fire strike, nice. Give me the fire strike, that's okay. At this
You think
point,
if I would charge,
you just
close the distance?
faster.
Yes. Yes. Yeah,
and,
you're
and
right.
you're gonna force the TP and the fade and stuff, right? The personal cooldowns.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's like harder to pursue past this corner because you no longer get heals.
Yeah.
And now you're getting bladed, so just charge out. If he's blading you, charge out. He's wasting his ult, right?
Yeah.
Why you're standing here?
Yeah. Because I took too much time to, let's say, to
You're
go
not
out.
reacting. You're not reacting to that. You're just walking at them when you could be like. You
Yeah.
had the.
Because I do it now. So more like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it again. You're right. Advantage again. Let's go.
Yeah. Because I go in.
Yeah, and now we should probably hold shield on this corner because you need to get healed. You need to get your armor before pushing again.
Okay. I think that's a big thing because I need to be wary of my armor.
And even here, let's look. Is the Echo flying? Is she falling down from the sky with no flying? Maybe we can kill her, right? You're over focusing on the Rein a bit. Yeah. The Rein is fun, but
Yeah, I tried to back out at that moment. I believe. I tried to go out because my team was dead.
they died, but they only died because you were in the factory in this fight. Like you didn't really do anything. You didn't push when you had to push when the Rein died. I mean, you did push, but you didn't really push. Just kind of walked with them.
Yeah.
You are forcing them back right now, right? But, go here, hold shield, wait to get healed, then start walking. You see this Rein
Instead of going to the room, going into the room, I should have hold shield and then
get your armor
wait
back
for
and
the
then
others.
pushing.
Yeah.
You know, we have a Sim, they have a Junk. Junk is like really annoying for you.
It's I have nightmares about Junkrat, so that's good. I despise that character, to be honest.
Okay, you could do two things here. You could either uh, go here and pin backline and try to
Okay.
kill the Junkrat, or you could find a corner and play the corner so don't get spammed by the junk and try to hit the Rein as much as possible.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna
I
be
think.
hard. Engaging here is gonna be hard because of the geometry of the
Yeah.
map. This is
I think I was in this situation now. I would go, let's say, use the robot to have some cover and swing
it's
and
still
swing.
hard because you're still in front of the
Yeah,
Junkrat.
yeah,
It's still
yeah,
hard.
yeah.
I mean, you do
Indeed,
have pop,
indeed.
so it might be fine to push here. But I would honestly go here and charge backline.
Okay.
Hold shield, hold shield. You're playing unranked
Whiffed.
GM, no shield. No, I don't care about the shadow whiff, but
Yeah. I watched it too much cloudy.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why.
Right now is where you hold shield, right? Or yeah, you should hold shield right now, and then you should walk here and shatter the Kiriko.
Yeah. Because you see now, because I want to shatter, and then at that moment he's already holding shield, and I still shatter.
It's not even just that. You're still engaged with no HP, right? This whole fight has been your support's healing you.
Okay.
Like you're bleeding resources. Your team has to like put all their heals into you because you're not shielding at the right time.
Holding shield. Yeah.
It's not that you're not holding shield. You're not holding shield at the right time.
Okay.
The Kiriko, so the Kiriko gets out. If we hold shield right now and we shatter the Kiriko, we should win right now.
Yeah. Because even because I'm focused on the Rhine, and I'm not looking left, on the left side, because at that time, indeed, what you said, the Kiriko and the Moira were together. I should have shattered them.
Yeah. So, what are the major things that we've seen so far?
I think for me is that I need to be wary of, let's say, the my HP. To know when, okay, I need to get my armor back.
Not even when you lose your armor, I would say that you need to. How much HP does Rein have? 725.
700, I believe. I'm not sure.
Give me another code as we were talking about the nodes, because we still have time.
Okay. I have to check something.
So it's like 700, 300, say 300 armor and 400 HP, right? Something like that. So like whenever you take 200 damage, you should start shielding. You should not allow yourself to lose your armor.
Okay. The code is J.
2 seconds.
And then the D. Oh, yeah.
JD.
GM 1W.
So use your shield when you're getting low on armor to regain it. What else have you seen?
I don't need to be afraid because I have a big hammer, and I need to engage. Let's say it's okay to engage. Let's say 3 people. That they're not much of a threat. Let's say, okay, let's say the last game, it's not a Bastion with form, but it was a Moira and a Kiriko and a Genji.
I would
and
say
it's
that
okay
the problem
to
there was
push them.
aggressively taking space when you have an advantage.
Yeah. Sorry?
I would say that the problem there was you didn't aggressively take space when you had an advantage.
Yeah.
So when you are when you are one up or you have big ults, you can play more aggressive. You can press W more or press shift more, basically.
Okay.
When you kill somebody, you want to go forward. You want to like get close to people as fast as possible and kill them, right?
Okay. Yeah. But I think I sometimes during my games I try to be a little bit safer because let's say before I would, let's say, engage a lot more when we have the advantage, and then the team would stay, let's say, back,
Yeah, I know. You have
and
to
and,
watch your
and
team. You
and
have
then
to
I would
check
and then I would just die because I
before
was
you go in.
engaging. And yeah,
Before you go in, you should check if your team is ready to push.
okay, okay,
And yes, I didn't say full send it, but you should take the space aggressively. And like remember how I
yes,
said take the corner and hold the shield, right?
yeah, yeah,
Wait for your team to come closer and then keep pushing, right? Another thing would be uh, take as much space as possible, especially during neutral fights, like fights where it's like nobody has the advantage or nobody has um at the beginning of the game, or whenever teams don't have what's it called, big ults and so on, right? You want to take as much
yeah,
space as possible and try to hold it. You don't. Ryan is not very good at peeling. You should almost never charge back to your team.
no, okay,
You should you should not charge back to your team to help them. You might want to charge back to your team when you're like getting pressured or losing a lot of HP, right?
okay. I also have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that sometimes there is a, let's say, a diva
Mm-hmm.
or a ball
Mm-hmm.
is harassing, let's say, the other four members
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
of my team.
Yep.
So I'm trying to take space, and then
Mm-hmm.
the ball comes in or the diva comes in
Yep.
and then kills them all. Should
Yep.
I always go back at
You
that
should almost
moment?
never go back.
Okay.
Almost never. Like you should hold you if you can realize that that's very good, then you should hold your corner with your shield. If you're losing too much shield, you fall back, but you hold your corner. You want to
Yeah.
survive as much as possible to give your team time to kill the tank. If you
Yeah.
see that the diva has used boosters, or I mean, ball is really hard. Ball just counters Ryan. Maybe diva is easier to deal with. Like if you see the diva use the booster, she can no longer
Yeah.
dodge you. So you could, in theory, charge back and try to charge to like pin her into your team, and then you kill
Yeah.
her, right? That's a valid play. But with ball,
Yeah.
you kind of have to just wait on a corner and not die, and wait for your team to like push him out. And once they push him
Yes.
out, then you can push in yourself.
Yeah, yeah, because I can remember I got during one game I got flamed quite hard because I was playing, let's say, Winston,
Mm-hmm.
and a ball was killing the rest of my team when I was trying to, let's say, dive the back line for the support, and then I got a little bit flamed that I should protect them.
No, it's not your job to protect your team.
No, okay, that's what I said, but okay, it's good to know.
Your job is to pressure the enemy team. It's not to protect your team.
Yes. No. Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about comps again. What do you see?
Um, okay. Um,
So Ryan,
I
bro.
see, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
the Rainbow, and there's also okay, Lucio, so speed,
Mm-hmm.
and also, of course, the Junkrat,
Yeah.
and also the Reaper. So it's quite
A lot
tough.
of damage. A lot of damage. A lot of front line
Yes.
damage, right? You can still go for
Yeah.
funny pin plays into the back line, kind of, if they're not paying attention, right? But
Yeah.
it's again about like more so about playing the corner correctly, taking less damage than the enemy Ryan, and like getting good swings on the front line. And
Yes.
you want to
Yeah.
force the Junkrat to get close to the corner to do damage to you, so that then you can also do damage
Yeah.
to the Junkrat, right?
Yeah.
But I think that if you do it right, you can still go for funny pins on this comp. The thing with pins is that, and I think you should go for more backline pins.
Okay.
Like you should go for flank pins more, because if it's such a like in lower ranks, people don't really pay attention to you. If you go from the side, it's much more likely that you're gonna hit somebody and insta kill them, right? And
Yes.
at
Okay.
that
Yeah.
point, if you're getting
Yeah.
pressure, just hold shield and walk backwards, and you wait for your
Yeah.
team to take the space and help you.
Yes, that's a good point, because I'm also, let's say, looking at a certain advice for, okay, because I watched a video about Boger,
Mhm.
about the tank role, and he said from, okay, at low elo you just do your own thing, and
Mhm.
you don't, if somebody makes a mistake, you don't try to save them,
Mhm.
you're just doing your job
Yeah.
as a tank, and
That goes for high rank as well. You
fuck
should
'em.
know. That
Yeah.
goes for high.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
but some important detail with pin is that you should, if possible, you should try to pin from like a side towards a corner. Because if you don't end up if you don't end up near a corner, then you're
Yeah.
kind of stuck in the open, and you're gonna
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good point. yeah.
So like if you're
I'll
going for
try
a pin,
to.
like
Yeah.
if you're going for a kill, it's fine to go for something like this, right? To hit a wall and pin somebody. But
Yes.
if you're just pinning to like bait attention and cause chaos, you should pin to a corner, right? So like
Yeah.
say we're on point, we are swinging our hammer here. Maybe you're taking a lot of damage. You go back, you get your HP again, and then you go for a pin towards here. So
Yeah.
you like
Yeah.
split.
Because.
Hmm?
Yeah. That's good because I think I try to do that. I try to do it, and also sometimes when I see, let's say, a health pack, I try to steer that direction. So if after the pin, I can move, let's say, to the left or right to get the health pack,
Yeah,
and then
corner
start swinging.
corner is
Yep.
more important than health pack because your team will most likely help
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Okay.
We have a Juno, so we have speed, we have a Reaper, we have a Sim. I think this comp is good for us. This comp is like you should win the
Yeah.
frontline battle.
Yes. Good comp. Yes.
Card there is fine. Just kind of get a bit unlucky here. I would say that you could charge it much earlier.
Let's see it again. Yeah.
So like here, you should probably charge a Reaper. If you don't hit him, if
Okay.
he rates, it's fine. You still get to the corner, right? Charge the corner. And then
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
swing a bit and we try to hit the junk, maybe throw a
Good
fire
thing.
strike at
Yeah.
him. We get our pin back, we go
Yeah.
for this, right? As I said, we go for the flank pin.
Yes. Good stuff. Yeah. I was a bit unlucky because I don't know. Was that the Junkrat explosive
yes, it was the
that
Junkrat Rein. Yeah.
I was launching? Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
here we should probably look for a pin out. Oh, we actually we get a kill. I respect that.
Yeah. And I cancelled pin because I was booped.
I know, it's fine. The cancel was fine.
Yeah.
This is fine. Holding shield is perfect. Okay, now we should probably look for a pin in. Like, where would you pin to?
Because yeah, I would. I think I should have let my shield go and then start swinging it on the right.
No. You should pin here.
No. Oh,
You're
sorry,
too far away.
I messed up. No, at the front. Yeah, pin. Yes, you're
Where?
right. To the corner.
Where?
Yeah.
Which one?
To the right corner.
Mm-hmm.
The pillar. Yeah.
Yeah. Pin
Here.
here.
And then the Lucio.
Yep. Okay, so this is the first time that I've seen you use your shield, right? In two other races.
See, no shield.
Okay, that's good. This is good. Rein, this is where healing your team, quote unquote, is good because like the Rein is the only one fighting right now. This is the difference.
Because he
like,
drops down.
Yeah, the Rein is committing, the rest of the team isn't.
Yeah.
So right now you can only shoot line, you shoot line. Could even pin him. Like, too late on the pin. Again.
Yeah.
When he does this, you insta pin him.
Yeah.
Okay, we still get speed, we should kill him. Focus on the Rein, he's low HP. You should focus on the Rein here because he's low.
Yeah. I should have not chased him.
Yeah, you're not gonna catch this here. Okay, he still dies. Nice pin. Ends up working out. We should probably go like forward, take the space, right? Farm your shatter, and then hide in a corner and look for a shatter play.
Okay.
Max is probably gonna rest. This is nice.
Oh, hey.
This is good.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think you need to leave even. I think you can like stay here, hold your shield.
Should've-
You can also,
okay.
Another thing that you can do is hold
was
your
at-
shield and
yeah.
peek around the corner.
Because at that time I was thinking, from, okay, I need to check on my team.
I mean, you don't have to check on your team. You can look to the wall.
Okay. No.
You can
okay.
check your checking on your team is good, but you can check on your team by looking through the wall. You can see your team through the wall.
Yeah.
So I would stay here and hold my shield and look around the corner. You have your shadow now, right? So
Yeah.
you could in theory solo shadow this Lucio and kill him and buy your team even more time. I think you're just giving up space for no reason. Damn. Nice second. It's gonna roll forward, right? Yeah. They also eject. No, never mind, it didn't. Chase the soldier, pin him. Next one. What do you think you should be doing now?
I think I should pin to the fountain, maybe.
Hmm. Scout, first thing scout. We see the soldier. We see the Moira.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, yeah. To be honest, okay. Let's go back to the okay. What I say? Okay, I think I shouldn't charge him because let's say the 3 guys, and if I start pinning, my team is still behind.
Well, your team
Maybe.
is. I mean, I don't. I think going fountain would be fine. I would like going high ground
Yeah.
here
Okay.
because
Okay.
you're taking essentially taking the whole map right now. I mean, our team doesn't necessarily benefit from being on the high ground, but uh, by being on the high ground, the soldier can no longer play here. You're restricting them to playing on this side, right? And then you can drop, and with your team on high ground, like you have our steam here, our reaper here. We can collapse on them from multiple angles. I mean,
Okay.
I think it's not that big of a difference. I think you can also go fountain here because your team is almost is your team is with you, right?
Yeah.
I think it's okay. I
Yeah.
think
Okay.
both options are okay. Both options.
Yeah. Let's see
If we
what
had
decision I make.
yeah,
Yeah.
if we had like a soldier or a hit scan that would benefit from being on the high ground, I would like you to
Yeah.
help them clear high ground and then drop and fight on point.
Yeah. And do you think let's say, if I go with, let's say, a soldier, then do I need to hold shield that they can
No,
pressure?
no. Oh,
Okay. Okay.
no, you don't. You just need to go here with him, and then you need to go find your value.
Okay.
The only instance when I would hold shield for the soldiers is if everybody's like so far away that you cannot like possibly close the distance. So just hold shield for him.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, they used to also, so okay.
Yeah. I think I was behind the corner when he shattered, but that's okay.
It's okay. Doesn't matter. They used to also. Okay. Okay. How do we want to approach this?
I'm full HP
Mm-hmm.
and I'm pocketed,
Mm-hmm.
so I should go in.
How
Maybe to the corner.
how do you go in? Where? Which corner?
To the corner.
Which one?
I think I would go to the left corner.
Like here?
Yeah.
Would you charge
Yeah.
or walk here?
I think I would charge.
What if you went on this side and then like walked through here, and then as you get your charge, you would drop and you would look for like a charge out or like just
Okay.
damage here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
my problem with going main is that they have a Junkrat and Soldier. They have a lot of damage, right?
Yes. Yeah. 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 I think I should try that because it's not natural for me to, let's say, go to the high ground and then okay, I can always drop. That's a
My
good point.
point, like the reason why I would go hang on here is to just again get an angle from which you can do something funny with the charge. Because you're not
Yeah.
gonna win the 1v1 with the Reinhardt because he has a Junkrat, right?
Yes.
Maybe if we use sim wall, going main would be okay.
Mhm.
But even then, they have beat, right?
Yeah.
If we use sim wall, we should be fine going main. If we don't use sim wall, I would like going here. And even if you don't kill anything, you being here will
Yeah.
cause them to go back, which will give you space.
Yeah.
It will give your team space,
Yeah.
right? So
Okay.
if they go back here, you have the option to drop and fight the Reinhardt if you want to. You just stand on this
Yeah.
fountain and you fight the Reinhardt. You don't take damage from the
Yes.
Junkrat and you fight the Reinhardt. But
Yeah.
if you
So
try to
also
go
with
main,
yeah. So also with Reinhardt, more flanking.
more flanking when you can't approach through main, or when you
Yes.
can get
Okay.
a nice angle to surprise somebody with a charge.
Yeah. Okay.
You could also go right side if you don't want to go left.
Yeah.
It achieves the
Okay.
same result more or
But
less.
don't go main. Take left or right.
Yeah. Also, like
Yeah.
left is harder for the Junkrat to spam you because of how
Yes.
like the high ground here because of the high ground
Yeah,
angle.
so just to be sure, let's say if at the fountain there's one guy, I would go main. But if there are, let's say, 3 or 4 guys, I should
You could, yeah. I mean, you
I
just need
should
to look at the
flank.
situation
Yeah.
and recognize: am I going to
Okay.
take a lot of damage here? If the answer is yes, you should probably look for another way. If there
Okay.
is another way.
That's yeah, good. Yeah, good.
Okay, we're raining here, but we're raining here. We have the advantage, so now it's fine to go into here. Do you understand why? Do you understand the difference?
Yes, because let's say the Juno ult is so powerful, I walk with it, and yeah, I need to go with the Juno ult.
In a neutral, their team does more damage to you than our team does to them. Our team is like, I mean, our team is not trying to TP you in or do anything funny, but our team is more so like, press Juno and go in and kill them fast, you know? If you just stand
Yeah.
main against a Junkrat, you're gonna lose your shield and you're gonna lose your HP. But if
Yeah.
if we use Juno, well, then suddenly we do a lot more damage, so we can like brute force it through main, basically.
Yes. Yeah. I always go in with, let's say, a Juno ult.
Yep. What should you do now?
Usually. Sorry.
What should you do now?
I think I should get, let's say, the Moira.
You could charge in because you have advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because let's say I'm still trying to, let's say, kill
The Moira
the
has
Reaper.
fade. The Moira has fade, probably. Or she doesn't. Okay.
But at that moment, let's say the Reaper was very close by, so I would still be swinging. That's my thought process.
The Reaper is on your team.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
We got the kill. We need to take the space right now. And you're full HP, right? So you can afford to charge in. You're charging right now. Okay, nice. He's out.
I cancelled pin a little bit too early.
No, you pinned a bit too late.
Okay, yeah. No, I meant to say that I cancelled.
Yeah, you cancelled the pin.
Yeah. I should have gone further, deeper.
There is a chance that you could catch forward here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we could get Shatter and we could play for Shatter this night. Let's go Shatter now. Okay, how do you think you should approach this?
I should, let's say, pick the corner.
Which one? This one?
I think if I do it now, I think I should go in.
Why?
And to the right, and then flank and shatter.
You could go here and look for a shatter.
Yeah.
My only issue with this is our team is playing on point, but I think this would be fine with where a Reaper is. I think this could be okay. The only
otherwise I can hold the corner where I am and then shatter.
I prefer this corner because of where our team is playing.
Okay.
Or it could be here. It could also be here.
Okay.
If you want to. Your Reaper is also like, you're essentially bait for your Reaper, right? If they push you, your Reaper goes in and kills everybody. And this is also a nice angle for Shatter. If you like time it right around the shield. The funny thing, I mean, this is not something that should necessarily impact your decision, but the funny thing is that if you go here, the Junkrat might boop you and you might miss your Shatter.
Okay, yes.
It's not
yes. So the angle from this corner, the angle is a lot better. Okay.
I mean, it's more likely that you will get a big Shatter here if you like time it right, but this is, I think both options are valid. This is a bit far away from your team. This is like closer for your team to follow up if you hit the Shatter. If that makes sense. And just look at where your team is playing, right? You have 2 people on point, 3 people on point with the Mercy. They kind of want to fight on point, which is not bad. Like, you would not want to fight the Junkrat in a closed room. You would like to fight him in the open. Okay, the Reaper, I don't know if you noticed, but the soldier is taking high ground now.
I don't think I noticed.
Yeah, he's running to the left right now. Which means that he's probably going to take high ground. Okay, big Shatter, big Shatter. You don't be scared. Like, if you're another tip is that if you get closer, it's harder for them to dodge it.
Yeah.
So I would stay on this corner. Stay on this corner. Stay on the corner. No need to like walk in the open. You walk in the open, you take 1 million damage.
Yeah, like, and honestly, also get pinned maybe. Yeah.
You could also just shatter this guy right now. Like, you just walk into the open, losing all your HP and die. Your Reaper might still kill everybody though.
Okay, at that moment I should have swung instead of.
I don't know if this matters a whole lot.
Yeah.
I would also, I don't know. I don't think like details like this matter too much. Like, you got
okay.
The reason you died is not because you swung instead of fire strength.
The bigger thing is I went into the open instead of holding the corner. Yes, that's the bigger thing.
You're focusing on details that don't matter that much. Like the Rein micro is very like small in comparison to keeping your armor and playing the corner. It's not as important. It's not. That's not gonna carry you to high masters or whatever. Right? Oh, you can just charge in the trap.
Yep.
You regain HP. He has shatter. Marking kind of carries this. Here you could set up on high ground, or you could just. I mean, you could. I don't know. It's like we've seen the soldier go high ground once, so he might want to do it again, right? You could be here,
okay.
And then if the soldier doesn't go high ground, just drop on this corner.
Okay, yeah,
It
yeah.
is
I
very
will try to remember that to go high ground.
You could set up
That,
high ground. I mean, setting up high ground is never bad. If you start on high ground, it's never bad because you can always drop if you want to.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And here's okay. Should be still fine. Fine. Nice. Charger. You don't care about the tire. Like, you're not gonna kill the tire, bro. Charge the Moira. She has no fade.
Usually I kill the tire, to be honest. I always try to get the tire.
I think you should kill Moira, to be honest. This Moira
I was too
should not be
focused,
allowed
let's
to-
say, on the tire because there were other things to do.
You should focus on the Moira because she's the only one that's preventing you from winning the point right now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's watch like a couple more fights and then we'll still have to stop. Happens. That is, however, another instance where solo shattering would be good. Because if you kill the tank, you're basically winning the fight. Okay, where should you set up here? Where should you, which corner should you hold?
I think let's say the of the building on the left side.
Here?
Yeah, maybe okay there. Okay, I would think maybe.
Being inside against junk is not very fun.
No, but I would think let's say on the right side of that corner. Yeah, that there. That's my first what I would do, I think.
This, I mean, that's fine, but remember what I said on Paricio. If you hold here, their team cannot walk forward because you're shooting them in the back.
Okay. Yeah.
These split setups are very powerful.
Yes. Yeah, good point. I'll try to remember that because that's let's say not the first thing I would think about to take that corner. So that I will take notice.
Okay, swap Ram, which is okay. I mean, Ram is kind of annoying, but the thing about Ram is when he uses his Nemesis form, you can't really do anything about him if he's not low. So you just hold shield and go corner. You know, if he's punching you around corner, that's fine. You just don't do anything because once he doesn't have the Nemesis, that's when you can push in and kill him. He's squishy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but now he can punch through my shield again.
He can, but if you're only taking damage from him, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right.
Again, minimizing. So like if we tie it back to what I said in the beginning, that's a scenario where you don't necessarily want to do anything. You just want to minimize the amount of damage that you take.
Yeah.
You would just do less damage than you take. It's silly. You shouldn't hold on point on in their spawn. You could be here and not do any don't make any sounds, and when they pass by, you could try to charge.
Okay.
Funny setups make it easier for you to hit to make nice plays. Right? You shouldn't play fair. You should never play fair. Oh yeah. Good corner usage. This is good. This is very good. I mean, this is how you counter Ram, right?
Yeah. I think let's say a little bit before that I should have. I think I should have pinned the Ram.
You tried to pin the Ram.
Here.
You did try to pin the Ram.
Yeah.
I think
here. I should have pinned him there.
Well, I don't know. You could, because you could charge him with the map, but you might also die to jump stun him. I think it's fine. I think you could.
Okay.
Okay. I think you do try to do it. You could also pin him here. I mean, he dies anyway. It's not a big deal. And
yeah, I got booped. Like, yeah.
They use tools. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You might still win this. The Reaper is a goat.
Okay. Do you have one moment? I need to get my charger. Mm-hmm. My mobile was a little bit low. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I sent you some notes. You can experiment with them. You can submit more. Um, like you asked me about how our subscription works, right?
Yeah, yes,
Um, you are a Plus member, right?
yes.
Okay, so you can go to here and you can type plus pod, right? You can use this command, and this is gonna bring up a form, right?
Okay,
And you can fill in this form, and you're basically gonna submit a code like this one, right?
okay,
And
yes.
during a class, the coaches will take codes in order, and they will look over them and give you advice, right? It doesn't matter whether or not you can make it to class or not. They will
Okay,
still do it,
okay.
and they will still record it, so you can watch it again.
I can watch it back. Okay,
Mhm.
that's good.
Um, so what you could do now is, given this advice, you could go and experiment with. You could choose one or two things on this list, and you could go into games and try them out, right? And then get some codes, and then just submit them. Like
Okay,
the next class should be on Wednesday, and
on
then
Wednesday.
yeah, and then
And
mhm.
what do you mean by class? What can you
The class
elaborate?
is it's basically the VOD review. It's what we did right now, but it's a bit shorter
Okay.
because we try to help multiple people in the hour.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes, yes,
It's a
yes.
bit
Okay.
shorter. It's usually around 20 minutes long, 20, 25, 30 minutes long, depending on how much time the coach has and how many people
I
submit codes.
understand. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you can do that 8 times a month, basically.
Okay.
So that's what you should do. You should get a code as you're starting to, like, you're picking. Say the most important thing right now should be like armor discipline and corner discipline. You pick those. Maybe you experiment a bit with the flank pins as well, right? You get those. You play some games. You submit some codes. You ask the coach, "How am I doing? Do you have advice for this specific things and or anything else?" And then you just watch
Okay.
the
Yeah.
VOD and you rinse and
Yeah.
repeat.
Good
Okay.
notes.
Mhm.
Good notes. I will try to work on it.
Okay. Do you have any other questions before we end?
No, not really. I would just wanted to thank you for taking the time.
No worries, man.